These are Thieving bots. They've been around for a while and repeat everything said by players around them unless it's a specific command like circle, which makes them circle the player who said it, or DD, which makes them stand under the player that said it. Now these bots are not like most bots. They aren't trying to go undetected and they aren't trying to exploit the game for profit. They're a project made to entertain players, and the bots are banned daily, which is a good thing because if they weren't, they could potentially be used to exploit the game. Before we get too into the video, this is not in support of these bots or any other bots for that matter. I just want to show you something entertaining that you probably haven't seen much of before, and the general concept could be applicable to a new form of engaging content or player interactions with NPCs in the game. So after I mentioned these bots in a recent video, the creator of the bots reached out and said he had some updates and made some of the bots members in case I wanted to make a follow-up video. He sent me a list of new commands to try out. Obviously, if you make the bots members, you're gonna lose GP, as they 100% get banned every 24 hours, and each bot is not gonna come close to making a bond in that time. He messaged me the location of the group he had made members, and I went to check it out. The first thing I did was test if some of the new commands that the bot owner told me about worked. You can actually tell these bots to cast spells. As you'll see later on, you can even give them a target to cast spells on. But for now, we just teleported to Lumbridge in unison, which was pretty epic. Here's the thing though, these bots respond to any text commands around them. Not just me. If anyone nearby caught on, they could say follow or DD, or completely mess up my efforts by commandeering the bots. So I had to get away from other players quickly. We're starting from scratch here, so on the way to Varrock, I realized I needed to get some GP to buy these bots some gear. But if I just leave the bots on a well-traveled path, someone could swoop in and command them to go elsewhere. So I parked them in a nearby potato field. The command is just stay. And I quickly returned with 4 pickaxes. So if you actually say trade sirpugger, they all just spam trade you and the function doesn't work. However, if you just trade one individually, they will automatically accept what you put in the trade. And you can make them equip gear as well, so I made them equip the pickaxes. And we conveniently headed north to the Varrock mine. This video was brought to you by Manscaped. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know I'm a power user of Manscaped's Perfect Package Kit, which now includes the new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. And this thing is seriously well engineered. First, it has advanced ceramic blades with Manscaped's skin-safe technology. The technology helps reduce nicks and cuts while you trim, but still groom with care. The trimmer is also cordless and waterproof, which means you can trim in the shower if you want. What I think though is super cool about the 4.0 is its wireless charging system. All you have to do is set the trimmer on the dock and it starts charging using electromagnetic induction. And the battery lasts up to 90 minutes between charges. So use the link in the description or go to manscaped.com. And if you use code PUGGER20, you'll get 20% off and free shipping. Thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. So it turns out this command is mine rocks, and the bots will just mine the nearest rock. But if the bots are together, then they're going to all try to mine the same rock, and that's super inefficient. So if you actually say rows, they'll line up horizontally, east to west, around you. So I used rows to line them up to different rocks, which obviously is much more efficient. And after typing mine rocks for like 20 times, I brought them back to the bank. What's absolutely insane is these bots actually have a banking function. So when you say bank all, they bank everything in their inventory. And then you can withdraw items both regularly and as notes. So I told them to withdraw the noted copper ores they had just banked so they can climb upstairs using the climb up command, and they actually don't have a trade function to give other people things. All I had to do was line them up and tell them to drop the noted copper ore and it was mine. This is absolutely ridiculous. After typing out mine rocks a few dozen more times, I tried something I should have figured out at the very beginning. I just set up my auto chat to say mine rocks, which obviously creates a loop where the bots continuously are looking for the closest non-depleted ore. It's not really any more efficient than playing on multiple accounts though. I had them mine a full inventory of copper ore and then transfer all the ores in the exact same process as before. All in all, the 4 Thievings and I had 164 copper ore. Plenty of money for our next adventure. And then of course I didn't forget to park the bots in a hidden spot so that nobody else swooped in and led them astray. I wanted the Thieving bots to make some real money so that we had a chance to level up some of their other stats, which meant endangering Thieving's lives. We were gonna head into the wilderness to obviously do one of the best early moneymakers, lava dragons. It was actually so satisfying gearing these guys up. You're commanding a unit to gear up and leading them to battle. Oh, looking back while I edit this video, that sounded really cheesy. I should probably cut that out, but I'm not going to. There's definitely some sort of minigame potential out of this idea. Another command I haven't mentioned yet is hop XYZ. They are able to hop worlds. I also realized they auto-cross the wilderness ditch, which is super helpful. If they're walking and you want them to run, you just say run. A lot of the commands are pretty intuitive. The hopping worlds command was going to be super helpful at lava dragons though, because there are so many group Iron Men here. And in a way, I guess I had my own group of friends I was playing with. Wouldn't it be so funny if you had the option to have Thieving bots as your group Iron Men teammates? Wow. What a world that would be. So obviously the Thievings are one magic. We had to start with Wind Strike, and the command is cast spell, so cast Wind Strike and then on the target, Lava Dragon. It doesn't seem like they auto cast because if I say it once, they only attack the Lava Dragon once. So I had to set up my auto chat again. When they do get a kill, I can actually see which one of them gets the loot. When the Lava Dragon dies, I say pick up Lava Dragon bones, and the one who got the drop will actually go pick them up. But obviously I don't know which unique drop they got, so I can't make them pick up a drop I don't know, which is totally fine because it'll appear later and I'll pick it up. Only a couple Lava Dragons in, the bots got 13 magic for Fire Strike, which obviously way sped up the kills. One of the Thievings also did get murked by a Lava Dragon when I was messing with commands, and I was too busy to go look for him in Lumbridge. But the Thievings and I actually got some decent loot. We got an Onyx Bolt Tips drop, and I got a full inventory of loot to sell so I could buy them some more gear later on. I quickly grabbed the Thieving bot that had died in Lumbridge, had all the bots bank, and take out their Lava Dragon bones. Which in hindsight, I thought they had a lot more. We made almost no GP in the like 2 hours that I was at Lava Dragons. Again, this is not any sort of efficient playstyle, but we made enough GP to buy them some Amulets of Glory, combat bracelets, and food and armor sets. And I have to say, I don't know what it is, but the most satisfying part is gearing them up all in sync. I decided we'd level up melee stats in Falador's Cow Pen in a member world. We wouldn't see many people there. I'd been lucky so far actually. Nobody had crashed the Thieving bots and taken them away. I think players in members worlds aren't used to seeing them as much as people in free to play. The way to set the attack style, aka what they train, is by saying combat and then attack, strength, or defense. So I started them off training some strength. When you say attack cow, I think they attack the nearest cow. Since it's multi-combat, it doesn't really matter that they all attack the same cow, they'll all still get XP. But they don't continuously attack cows after you just say it once, so I had to set up my auto chat again. After some testing, I figured out if they're more than 8 tiles away, they stop listening to commands. That's their range. I almost got a couple of them killed after a while, but it's good I traded them some trout. The command is just eat trout or eat whatever food you have. So obviously I was switching through attack styles so they would train attack, strength, and defense, and I just kind of had to estimate when they hit 5 attack. I wasn't really counting. A cool feature would be to request them to say one of their stats. So like, what's your attack level? And then the bot responds with the number. I got them past 10 attack, and I'm pretty sure past 10 strength. Training combat early like this is so slow, but I can't command them to do the waterfall quest. Once again, this bot is less efficient than if you just played on 4 accounts. After we trained up some combat stats, we ran back north into Falador. There was another command I wanted to try. Pickpocket Man. So these bots actually have the ability to train their thieving. It was pretty quick to get them up to 5, and they also thieve from stalls. It took a very long time to get them to our dung, but finally I got them to thieve from the baker's stall, which in hindsight ended up being super difficult because the guards almost killed the bots like 6 different times. It was getting about time to bust the bots. And no, I don't mean report them. In fact, there's another built-in command that busts them. So we teleported home and I took them into the wilderness. There are a few other commands I haven't showed you yet. Swarm makes them kind of randomly walk around you. And there's one other command, War. That makes the bots all attack each other. And right before they died, I forgot to show off one other command, Random On, which puts random text effects on everything they say. I had them kill each other until there was only one left. And then I just left them by the wildy ditch, knowing that probably within the next 10 hours, all these bots would be banned. So like I'd been alluding to earlier in the video, it seems like there's some potential for some sort of content that's based on these really stupid bots. AKA like an NPC reacting to what's said to them in game. I mean, some obvious ideas are having one single NPC that Jagex has made to be in a certain area or just roam the entire game that players can interact with kind of like this. Or a mini game where you have to control NPCs using text commands to gather resources or fight other NPC armies controlled by other players. Ultimately though, maybe this is just a stupid idea and has no place in the game whatsoever. But I want to hear your opinion, and I think the best way to do that would be to host a challenge. The prize prize is 100 million GP. The most upvoted idea on how you could integrate this into the game in a creative way will win 100 million GP. So make sure if you type out an idea to include your RuneScape username. Who knows, maybe the most upvoted comment will be something like, "This is stupid, no one wants this," which is totally fine. But I'm super excited to read any creative ideas you have. And with that, thank you for watching the video. If you were entertained, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.